When you think of gaming mice, it's always the big names like Logitech and Razer that spring to mind. But there are other mice deserving of your attention that offer high performance, unique design and exceptional build quality without the big name prices. Enter the Atlantis Mini Pro from Lamzu. It's no secret that I've been a fan of the Logitech G305, but I finally decided it was time to shed some weight and switch out for a newer and faster model. The Mini Pro is a 4K polling rate compatible mouse available either with the 4K dongle included or without. My version is the 1 kHz, but the dongle is available separately if you want to pick it up later. The mouse is also available in a larger OG size, but personally as a fan of the G305, this is a closer match to what I'm used to. I picked this up for around £87 in the UK, it's listed at $91.99 and the 4K version is a little bit extra. Lamzu clearly appreciate their customers and treat them to a rather pleasant unboxing experience. In the box you'll get the mouse, and I've gone for the polar white option, an angled USB Type-C charging cable, velvet carry bag, USB dongle, a very cool looking City of Atlantis inspired adapter, some spare PTFE feet, although I've already switched mine out, and there's also some grip tape for you slippery fingered folk. Rocking a late 90s Bondi blue iMac-esque exterior, the transparent bottom symmetrical mouse represents the watery mystique of Atlantis, and actually I rather like it. Packing a 3395 sensor, the Atlantis Mini steps on the scales at 52 grams. The mouse is indeed super light, but it doesn't hold back on the curves, and the shape makes for an extremely comfortable and versatile grip. So let's talk shape in more detail. The hump is positioned slightly higher and further forward than that of, say, the Pulsar X2 V2 Mini. The result is a shape that's comfortable to rest your palm on the top for extra support, or to pull into the palm for a claw grip. The sides do have a fair amount of curve, and it thins out before it widens out at the rear, which makes it great to palm and claw, but those preferring to fingertip might find the curves add a little more instability, but I think I'd still be happy to fingertip grip with this mouse, as the curves are just where my finger and thumb like to rest. I don't have big hands, so I can easily switch between like a relaxed claw and a palm grip without overshooting the end of the mouse. The coating feels really good on the white version. It has a slightly matte texture, not too slippy, and it doesn't seem to mark easily. The main buttons feel consistent with no concerns when it comes to side wobble, pre or post travel. The Atlantis uses Huano transparent blue shell pink dot mechanical switches, and the clicks are light but precise and reassuringly spammable. The side buttons are a huge win on this mouse. They're chunky, well spaced, have firm clicks, and feel solid, which contributes to the overall feeling of decent build quality. The buttons are positioned at a good height to give your thumb plenty of clearance underneath. They're positioned a little further back than on the X2 V2 by comparison, but it's an easy adjustment, and I think these are some of the best feeling side buttons I've used on a mouse so far. The scroll wheel uses a TTC silver encoder. It feels good. The wheel click is okay, but I felt better. It doesn't feel as reassuring as the other buttons do, and there's a tiny bit of flex when you press it down firmly. Moving over to the base, we have the on-off switch and the DPI button, plus the DPI LED indicator. I really like this water effect design and how you can actually see the edge of the transparent base from the side. Adds a really unique aesthetic touch, and there's a hint of branding on the side which looks really tidy. The mouse comes with corner feet installed. These feel lovely and smooth and fast, and there's no need to change them at all, but I did anyway for the full width ones that are included in the box, and I'm really happy with the feel of these. On the front is the USB-C port, and you can plug and play away the hours using the Aqua braided charging cable that's included. The cable feels premium, it's really light and flexible, and if you play whilst charging, the cable connector is angled so it doesn't drag, which is another little quality of life inclusion. Battery life is quoted to be 70 hours. It's hard to say if I'm getting that, but with my daily use for work and in the evenings, I think I'm probably charging it about once a week. Obviously, if you switch to a 4K polling rate, then battery life will come down. Build quality feels great, reassuringly solid. I can feel the teeniest amount of flex at the narrowest point if you really squeeze, but the whole thing feels solid. There's no creaking when I give it a firm handshake, and there's no rattle when I give it an overzealous shake. Overall, this mouse does a great job of shattering any illusion that something this lightweight might feel a bit cheap. Once installed, the software works fine and it has all the typical features of gaming mice, from polling rates, DPIs, to macros and motion sync. I have a bit of a gripe about the slightly overcomplicated wording on their website, calling it a driver and lots of talk about pairing and updating, which you won't actually need to probably do unless you pick up a 4K dongle later. Could just do with a bit of simplifying and making it more user friendly, but it's an easy fix. So, final thoughts. This mouse feels incredible for gaming, but also surprisingly for productivity. Yes, it's very lightweight, but I found there's still plenty of control to ensure I can use the mouse for anything I throw at it. It can be very difficult to convey quality when something is so light, and honestly, I think build quality is the make or break factor when it comes to making light mice feel worthy of the price tag. If it's really light but creaky and rattly, then it's going to feel cheap and awful, but that's absolutely not the case here. Gaming feels sublime. It's fast, smooth, responsive and solid. The clicks don't miss, and this is without question my main mouse of the moment. Coming from the G305, this mini mouse is a perfect fit. For those with large hands though, you might be better off with the OG model. You can always compare models on the Eloshapes website, and I'll put a link in the description. This brand clearly respects and appreciates its customers, from the delightful unboxing experience to the quality of the extras included. With the Atlantis, Lamzu has succeeded in bringing all the elements together in a package that represents quality, performance and value, all whilst making you feel pretty damn good about your purchase too. Okay, so that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video or you found it helpful, please give it a big old thumbs up, and if you hated it, well, just hit that like button to let me know. Please do subscribe to the channel if you're interested in more setup tech, as I really need to look more professional, otherwise no one's going to send me anything cool to test out. Any questions, hit the comments, and I'll catch up with you soon in the next video.